So one thing that I used to really struggle with when on this journey of quitting porn is confidence. My confidence would go up and up and up as I was doing well on NoFap, and then come crashing back down again. I'd be swept away by feelings of failure and shame, and I'd be so frustrated with myself for having another setback. Why can't I quit? What is wrong with me? I'm never going to be able to overcome this problem. They would be some of the thoughts that I would have in the past. Now, what I've realised is I was thinking about this whole thing in the wrong way. I sort of became a victim. I felt disempowered. I felt like maybe I was an addict. And all of that language was keeping me stuck in the same place. So what we want to do is shift away from this idea, this concept that we are addicted or that there's something wrong with us. Because the truth is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. There is just something wrong with your system. And to learn more about that, you can go to www.finallyquitporn.com. So what I'm going to share is 3 top tips for how to overcome lacking confidence when quitting porn. So number 1 would be to shift your language from this disempowering idea that you're addicted to instead being someone who has chosen, it's your choice, to quit porn. So we live in a society where porn is very, very prevalent. It's absolutely everywhere. Most people are looking at porn, especially if they're a guy in like their 20s or 30s. They're looking at pornography. A lot of people in their teens now as well looking at porn. And so it's sort of become the normal thing to do. And it's just crazy. It's crazy that we have this super stimulant, completely unnatural reward that has sort of taken over the Western world and has captivated so many people's attention. And we just don't have enough research on this yet to really understand the harm it's doing to people's brain. But what you should realize now is that you are one of the few, you are in the minority of people who have chosen an alternative route. You have chosen to quit porn. And so in the past, I used to feel a lot of shame around this, like, why can't I quit? I have a problem, I'm really struggling. But actually, what I've come to understand is no, forget all of that. Actually, I am one of the few who have chosen an alternative route. I've chosen a healthier, better path. And that's something to take pride in. So I know this is easier said than done. When you have a setback and maybe you look at some stuff which really doesn't align with your values, it can be hard to sort of feel confident. That's normal, that's sort of natural. I've been there. But just remember, nothing wrong with you, just something wrong with your system. And that leads me on to point number 2, which is to never stop learning. Just continuously learn on this journey. That is how you can grow a lot of confidence, because you don't grow confidence by just quitting porn. You grow confidence by replacing that with other activities, better, healthier habits. And one thing which I think is a massive thing to do on this journey of quitting porn is to read and soak up a lot of new information. Change the way that you think and you'll change the way that you feel. If you change the way that you think and you change the way that you feel, you're likely going to change the way that you act, and you can start to develop healthier habits and do better things with your life than waste it on something which you don't really want to do. So get into some books. I'd say some of the ones that come to mind, which I'd highly recommend if you haven't read already, is Atomic Habits by James Clear, any of Richard Schwartz's work on internal family systems, and also some of Brené Brown's work on shame. So they would be the 3 authors I would research: James Clear, Richard Schwartz, and Brené Brown. But there's so much other amazing content out there which can help you think in a new way and really improve your life. And number 3, to grow confidence, you want to be doing hard things. You want to do what's not easy, what's difficult. Because when you're looking at porn, when you're making that choice, you are going down the easy route. You're doing what's comfortable. You're taking the path of least resistance ultimately. So what's the opposite of that? Well, doing what is difficult, taking the path that does have a lot of resistance. And for me, over the last 6 months, I've taken a cold shower every day. I've started going to the gym a lot more regularly. I've started to eat healthier, and I've developed a range of habits which, although maybe more difficult to get started, and it's not like I enjoy having a cold shower every day, but I'm doing these things because I know it's good for my mental health. I know it's good for growing confidence, and ultimately it really is enriching my life. So start to do more difficult things, get in the gym, take a cold shower, and my absolute biggest tip will always be to sit down and do some meditation. I can't stress this one enough. I am the biggest advocate for meditation, especially if you're quitting porn, and that will really help shift your identity away from someone who is sort of in this mindless pursuit of dopamine hits and pleasure to being someone who is a lot more grounded, stable, and aware. So I highly recommend getting into a meditation practice. So they would ultimately be my top 3 tips. Number 1 is realize that actually you're not addicted and that you should take pride in the fact you have chosen to quit porn. Number 2 would be continuously learn, see every setback as data, be curious with yourself, and never ever give up. And number 3 would be to start implementing some habits which may be a little bit difficult at first, but are really going to enrich your life and help you grow further confidence as you become the person you truly wish to be. So thanks a lot for watching this video. As I say, my course is out now, www.finalyquitporn.com. I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.